One of the first freedoms highlighted by Goodall is the freedom of conscience. Freedom of conscience appears in Article 18 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which says that, quote, "Everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion." This right includes freedom to change his religion or belief, and freedom, either alone or in community with others, and in public or private, to manifest his religion or belief in teaching, practice, worship, and observance. End quote. One of the reasons I think freedom of conscience, as defined by the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, is so important is because it provides the framework for genuine discourse. When I say genuine discourse, I'm talking about the sort of discourse that happens when people enter into conversation with the goal of arriving at meaningful conclusions together. Not necessarily that we agree about the issues or have the exact same perspective, but that we respect each other enough to acknowledge the inherent dignity of human persons and compare our ideas in light of this respect. In this vein, there are two ideas that I think the Universal Declaration of Human Rights accommodates. First, we recognize that there are some significant differences among the things people hold to be true. But this recognition is made in the context of the conviction that on some fundamental level, we are all alike as human persons with dignity. So with human dignity as our foundation, we're freed to engage in conversation with each other, not as enemies where each views himself as superior to the other, but as persons and partners in conversation, a conversation oriented toward discovering truth. Now, admittedly, it would seem far-fetched to suggest that everyone could somehow share the same detailed set of philosophical and religious understandings. From a global perspective, the sheer diversity of cultural, social, and religious approaches to be found clearly makes the idea that everyone will have the same opinions unlikely. And even within a single society, we see considerable diversity. But we don't just stop short as soon as we discover diversity of opinion, throwing up our hands and saying, well, I guess we're all doomed to be in conflict for eternity. As I mentioned before, if we're working in the context of a shared perspective on the inherent dignity of human persons, we can engage in genuine discourse. And this is one of the things I find so compelling about the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It recognizes that there are plenty of people with plenty of different opinions, but it also maintains a high view of human dignity, allowing for us to relate to each other on a very fundamental level. I'm John Basilici from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I believe in freedom of conscience.